Hey everybody, welcome to Mammoth Interactive's YouTube channel. First of all, I want to thank you for watching this video. And remember that this channel doesn't do Patreon. Instead, we sell our digital courses down below. And every single dollar that we get from the products you buy below goes into making more content. The best way to help out this channel and Mammoth Interactive is to subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. Get thousands of hours and hundreds of courses for a low price down below. We have a monthly option and a yearly option. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the video.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Blender. Now, before we work on our projects or create any types of models in our program here, we're gonna just go ahead and change some basic settings to make it easier for ourselves to work through in the future. Now, to do that, it's quite simple. We're just gonna go over to the File section, and we are going to go to the User Preferences right here. As you can see right here, you can click on Command and Comma to click on those hotkeys to turn on the or open up the window here. Basically, just click on that button. Now, as you can see right here, we have interface editing input, add-on themes, file and system. We're just going to be under input. We're going to change up some of the default settings. Now, previously, I've already changed this before, but I'm just going to sort of point out the certain areas that I've changed from. As you can see right here, the select with preset was before, it used to be right click. It's kind of weird, right clicking to select things, so I just switched it over to left click. And also, since I'm working on a laptop, I've turned on emulate numpad. Now, the reason why we turn on emulate numpad is because this is a fairly important sort of setting right here. If you want to change your viewpoints, you're going to be using your number keys. So if you're not using a laptop and you have the numpad on your keyboard, you don't really have to turn this on, but for me, I had to turn it on, so I just clicked on that, and now you can use the number keys on top of your letters. Next up, we just go over to the 3D View section, and under 3D View Global, I switched up the the View Selected hotkey to Shift F. So basically what this does is if you're far away from a certain object, you can just simply click on it, click on the hotkeys Shift F, and it should zoom in to whatever object you selected, or whatever face, edge, vertex. Just makes it easier for us to go towards that certain object. Now just go ahead and save your settings, and basically now you have most basic settings that you need to use. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, now for our simple house designs, we're going to start off by building some modular structures for our houses. Now, these modular structures, I was thinking of sort of calculating, or not really calculating, creating some simple pieces that are easily placed together, and you can turn those into a proper sort of structure or house. Now, to start off our scene here, I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete the cameras and the lights because I don't really need those, and they kind of get in the way. I'm just going to click Shift and select these two, click X, delete, and there you go. We are left with our cube right here. Now, our cube is sitting in the center of our grid. I was thinking of making our lives easier by simply just moving this above grid and setting the center of gravity onto the bottom. It's easier to sort of move around. Now, to do that, we're going to turn on snap mode. This little magnet icon down here, you can just click on Shift Tab to turn it on and off. And we're just going to move this up above the grid. And as you can see right here, it is a perfect size of 2 by 2 grids. And now, since I've moved it up, it's like one grid up into the sort of Z-axis right here. You don't see it, but it's there. I'm just going to click on Shift, Control, Alt, and C. That's a lot of buttons to click. You might need to use 2 hands if you're not used to it, but we're just going to click on Set Origin to 3D Cursor, which is currently sitting at the center of our grid right here. And as you can see, we have a perfect piece right here. I'm going to go into Edit mode by clicking on Tab. I'm going to click on Control R to add in some edge loops, making the center edges right here. and maybe another one down here in the mid. These edges are going to be sort of the marking points or the vertex points for your object to be snapped together if you are going to export these models into Unity. Now, I'm just going to continue on with adding additional details onto this piece. I was thinking of maybe starting off with a sort of doorway type of structure. Now, to do that, I'm just going to maybe duplicate this piece right here. I'm going to move this forward, or place this right over here. I'm going to scale this down. I'm going to make a sort of door frame sort of size. Scale on the y-axis. I'm going to thin this down. And we're going to just thin this on the x-axis as well. I'm going to thin it to about like this much or so. Seems pretty good. And we can go into wireframe. You can see that we don't exactly need this other side right here. It's kind of useless now since it's hidden inside this other geometry. Just clicking Z to go into wireframe right here. Now I'm going to click on 5. We're going to go into orthographic mode. I'm going to go into the side view, and let's go into wireframe again. I'm going to go into face mode. I'm going to click Control Tab, face, and we're just going to click on B to select all these unused faces over here. I'm going to delete those. Click X, delete by faces, and there you go. As you can see, a simple doorway. I'm going to add some additional details onto it. Slightly increase the height of this to make it look a little bit better. And let's maybe add some steps onto this if you want. You know what? I'm going to take this piece right here, duplicate it, move it forward slightly on the x-axis. Let's see, slightly off right there. You hold on to shift so it doesn't snap too, well, it sort of snaps in increments, because right now we're still in snap mode. We want it to move in, those small grid increments right there. I'm gonna go ahead, scale this down on the z-axis, scale Z, and let's go closer to it. You can go on the side. Let's scale on the X, stretch it out to say about like this far or so. Or actually, I'll match it to the actual building block right here. We can calculate how far we want it stretched. Let's scale this down to the z-axis, make it one grid right here of height, slightly higher. Scale Z right there, snap down, and scale X. Let's go. Let's see. This is about 2, 4, 6, 7. Let's go for 6. We don't need that much. Scale X. Bring it back down. It's perfect. Let's go into edit mode again. You don't need these additional edges over here now. I'm just gonna dissolve these edges, and maybe the center one as well. Dissolve edge. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in some edges on this side right here. Control R. I'm gonna get a center piece right here, but we can scroll to add in additional edge loops. Let's go with 3 right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these top faces. We're gonna extrude it upwards. Let's go back into the side view. Click extrude, and we'll go up by 1 grid. Deselect. Go back into the side, extrude, and it seems like a okay height. Guess we didn't need that extra sort of edge loop right there. Yeah, there you go. We got some nice steps. You probably take this doorway right here, move it up a little. We place it right on top of the stairs here. Let's go check it out. Seems pretty good. Scale this on the z-axis. Guess fix the door height right there. Match a little, and there you go. We have a simple looking doorway right here. I'm gonna maybe add in an edge loop over here, another one over here. It's gonna create sort of a doorknob right here. Let's maybe move this to the side, grab this section, move this, move it a little bit. Oop, too much. It just snaps over. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna grab this just a tad bit and holding to shift and control to sort of move it on that axis. kind of moved it on the wrong axis right there. Shift Control, slide this a little bit, and that seems more like a square. Let's take this piece, extrude it out. If you think this is too much, actually that is kind of too much. Let's go extrude a little bit. Hold Control, Shift and Control to just move it out slightly. Let's deselect, go into object mode, check it out. Seems pretty good. We can add in some bevels later on to it to make it look a little bit less flat, as you can see here. Actually, no, I'll just add it right now. Let's go edge. I'm gonna select this entire outer edge right here. Control B, and just hold Shift and slightly slide a little bit, and you can see a nice little bevel sort of edge right there, helping us sort of show the door itself. You can deselect it and look at this right here. As you can see right here, because the edges aren't perfectly sharp, there is sort of this light bouncing off the shadows, creating this nice sort of edged look right there. And do the same thing to some parts over here, but don't have to worry too much about those details for now. But yeah, there you go. We have a simple front doorway that we can fix up a little more if you don't like its current look. Let me scale this a little bit here. And yeah, there you go. Simple doorway that we can use as one of our modular pieces. Later on, we can create other sort of wall pieces, window pieces, and just snap everything together, or export them out, then snap them together in Unity and see how your scene grows. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, now that we've completed our first basic modular piece right here, our doorway, let's move on to other pieces. I was thinking of creating a simple window type of piece. Just going to click on this cube that we already have right here. I'm going to click on Shift D to duplicate it. It's deselected by clicking off anywhere. And I'm going to just move it into the other layer right here. And as you can see down here, this is the tab of where your layers are at. I'm just going to click on M, and we're just going to move this block into the second layer so it can work there without getting or having other pieces blocking our way. Now I'm just going to do the same thing right here, duplicate this cube, and we're going to shrink it down slightly. I'm just going to move this maybe a little smaller. Seems pretty good. Let's thin this guy a little bit as well, and let's just move this. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this here. Let's go into wireless mode right here, or wireframe mode, not wireless mode. Haha. Let's go into edit mode as well. I'm going to go into face mode, side view right here by clicking 1. Click B, select these pieces. We don't need those additional faces right there. Delete faces. Check things out. Seems pretty good. And right here, we are going to just select this set face right here. Going to click on I, and we're just gonna sort of extrude inwards, creating this sort of surface right here. I'm gonna extrude, click E, just go inwards, push it in onto the face. We're actually not too close so that like it sort of brushes or double frames with the block sort of face over here. Having this tiny little gap right here sort of helps us create a buffer right here. So it's just a separate surface like the glass on your window. That seems okay. If we were to go back into object mode and deselect the thing right here, we kind of need to, add in some bevels here as well. Because right here, if you go into a certain surface or a certain angle, the entire flat surface just sort of blends together because there are no lights or shadows that are kind of bouncing off from this point, and just looks way too flat and way too sharp. Doesn't look great. Let's go back in edit mode. I'm going to click on we could actually just simply extrude it again. Maybe move this forward just slightly. I'm going to click on Control, move this over here. Let's extrude, scale this down, and we're just going to push this backwards. Not too much, just a slight bit. And we move to the side. You can see that our window is no longer just a flat blur right there. And that seems pretty good. I'm going to go in here. Let's maybe grab these sections right here. Maybe add a little bevel on this as well. Control B. Just gonna hold on to Shift and drag it outwards. And there you go. We have like sort of the window rim right there added on to the edge right there, making it look pretty nice. You can do the same thing for the outside. Control V, scale that out. Or actually, you know what? We're going to make sure to delete these sections right here right now. And click X, delete faces. Delete these additional faces right here. Click X, faces. We're going to take this singular corner and we are going to mirror it. So it just makes us do less work when we're creating things that are symmetrical. And click on the modifiers tab right here. And we're going to move over to the mirror modifier. Turn on Y and Z. I don't need X, I believe. Yeah, we don't need X because it's going to be creating another frame right there. And as you can see right here, we have a slight problem. Now, the reason why our mirror is sent to the other side here on the Z-axis is because the window sort of center right here is down here, where it used to be like the other pieces were over there before. Now we kind of need to change the orientation or the center of gravity of that piece to make it so that our Z-axis is also mirrored. So I'm just going to apply this for now. And I am going to move this down into the center. Let's go to the front view right here. Put this point right here perfectly into the center. And just place it right there. You can see slightly off. But anyways, Shift, Control, Alt, C, Origin 3D cursor. Let's just go zoom in slightly, put it right onto the line. And there you go. Put the center back over there. And now if we were to modify, add mirror, Z-axis, not X, turn on clipping, just in case. Yeah, there you go. Now clipping, basically what it does is things are stuck together. It's kind of like a glue. If you were to say have this off and you want to move this like upwards, it's not connect anymore. Undo that, going back into object right here and show you. If you were to move it up, it's gonna just unstick. If you have clipping on, it's gonna stick together no matter how hard you try to pry it apart. But yeah, there you go. Our window is completed. Just gonna apply that. Make sure to be in object. Let's apply it. And it is one singular piece right now again. Let's place our center back over here. I'll place it right in the center right there. Move this onto the axes here. Let's go to side view. Check things out. Okay, it's perfectly on this axis right here. Shift, Control, Alt, C, back to, or send origin back to 3D cursor. And there you go. Now it's easier for us to just freely move our window piece around onto our block. You can just place it wherever you want. I think this height is a fairly decent, well, proper height right here. It seems pretty centered. You can go into the front view and check things out. Yeah, it's actually perfectly centered on our cube right here. Yeah, there you go. We have a pretty nice looking window. Now, last little bits of finishing right here. I'm just gonna add a bevel onto the edge. Control B, and just add that in. So if you were to zoom out and check things out, you can actually see a nice little rim right there, making it look a lot nicer and not as blurred in with the cube sort of surface right here. Yeah, there you go. Simple window modular piece completed. We can do a lot more other ones that are similar, and they'll all look pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, now that we've gotten our window down, we can actually take this piece right here, this previously made window sill here. We can duplicate it, move it on to the side, and we can fit onto the corner of our single block right here. Now, this is in case if you want a building to have sides and you want additional windows. It's quite simple to do. You can just rotate this on the Z-axis by clicking R and Z. And you can, since we're in snap mode, you can just snap it all the way. Or you can make sure that it is perfect by going into the Objects or Explorer right here and open up the Transform section. You'll notice that we've rotated it to 90 degrees. You could have actually just manually inputted this in case things aren't perfect. or if it's off by like 1 degree, but everything's perfect right here, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Just gonna snap this to the center here, and there you go. A very nice looking window section right here, or window corner wall. And double click A, move this to the side right here, and we're going to click on the tilde key, or the squiggly key that is right beside the number 1 number key. You're going to click on that button, and you'll see that we can see all the objects in the other layers. That key basically just shows you everything that you have hidden. And if you click on it again, it'll just hide everything back, and you are looking at your original sort of second layer right here. Yeah, there you go. Deselect and check things out. The blocks are perfectly aligned because we are using just basic square blocks. And yeah, it looks pretty nice. We have a nice window side right here. And take this piece and duplicate it, put it onto the other side here. There you go. Looking pretty sweet. All you have to do is just duplicate this piece, flip it over to the other side, and place it on the side to have a sort of side window look on well, the other side. But yeah, that's pretty simple right there. Next up, we're going to be building some roofs. But yeah, that's for another video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this course. If you want to watch the rest of the course, the link is down below. Not only will you get the access to this course, but you'll get access to a lot of other courses in a huge bundle, and it's on sale today. So buy it before the sale ends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.